Cool. Morning, guys. Good afternoon, even 6 minutes past 12. It's Monday lunchtime, and that means that myself and Jason. Hello. Who are you?
I'm Rob.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Rob. We have 9 episodes in. We've relegated Rob. We've relegated Jason. He's been evicted. He's no longer with us. We've kicked him out the door. He's just nipped away for 1 week. So we thought we'd get Mr. Rob Rowe, who I introduced last week as Rob Moore, property magnate and fellow podcaster. But
that's not me.
That's not you. So yeah, who are you, Rob? Let the wonderful people on Facebook know who you are. And,
my background is in basically marketing, online marketing, for mostly in the area of sports betting and gambling in general, for publishing companies and bookmakers, and now Big Idea Media, under the sports brands that you've got.
Yeah. So you've worked Skybet.
Skybet, NetBet, Agora, which is info publishing.
Yeah, famous info marketers, very intense. And you're now with us, so
yeah,
we're very lucky to have you. And yeah, we're going to be talking today about the dissection of a marketing campaign that we did last year. As always, guys, if you're in the Facebook group and you've got any questions, any comments, just drop them into the thread and we will pick them up. I'm watching the thread live at the moment. There appears we seem to have frozen. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully it's all been working, and with that I think we should kick off, shall we?
Yep.
Cool. Fantastic. Let me just double check actually that is working before I go too far. Yeah, we are moving again. Cool. It's alright, it's just my feed. Right. Recording in 2, 1. Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 9 of the Big Idea podcast, where as always it is our job to help small businesses think bigger. And unlike usual, I'm not joined by Jason Brockman. Jason's not here this week. Instead, in his place is the imitable Mr. Robert Rowe. Hello, Rob.
Hello. How's it going?
Very good, thank you. So Rob is Rob, introduce yourself. Let the listeners know exactly who you are.
So I am the guy who looks after the marketing across the gambling brands under Big Idea Media. So we've got 3 websites mainly: free racing tips, free football tips, and form ratings. And yeah, that's what I currently do.
Cool. So your background is in marketing, particularly around the sports betting.
Yeah, it's entirely
sector,
focused on sportsbook marketing.
Fantastic. Cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to dissect a marketing campaign that we ran, I think, back in October last year. And it was probably, in fact I ran the stats, it was the most successful marketing campaign I think we've ever run. Literally everything fell into place with this campaign. The stars aligned, and I mean we literally smashed it out of the park, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cool. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what the campaign was? Again, if you're listening at home, don't think, I'm not a gambling business, I don't own websites, this isn't applicable to me. You know, this is basically tactics, tools that you can use in your business regardless of the sector. But yeah, Rob, if you can just let us know a little bit about what the campaign was from our point of view.
So basically we run on our free racing tips website, we have several services, and one of those is the Lucky 15, which, if you're not familiar to horse racing, is a service where you can win big from a small amount. It's kind of a fun way to, you're picking 4 horses, and if you get all 4 you're going to win huge amounts. 3, then you win a little bit, or quite a lot. 2, you win a bit, and 1, you break even. So the idea was basically to promote that service with a hugely reduced offer of £3 from £18.95, I think it is.
Yeah, £18.95 is the normal monthly fee, and we did, I think the first month was £3.
Yep. So then in addition to that, we also offered the first 50 people a free mug, which is always popular, and a free ticket to The Gold Cup, was it?
Yeah, Gold Cup
The
Day
Gold
at
Cup.
the Cheltenham Festival.
If they stay on board for 3 months.
Yeah.
Or until Valentine's Day.
Cool. That's right. I mean, to give you the numbers behind this, it was, I think, a 2-week campaign, maybe just over 2 weeks, wasn't it? 2 weeks and 1 or 2 days. 805 new members, which gave us £2,415 of upfront revenue. But that was insignificant in comparison to the potential £183,540 annual revenue if they all stay for 12 months.
Yeah.
Of course, we know that's not going to happen. You know, the retention rates are not going to be 100%. But I think we are now just I think we're about 2.5 months in. We're just approaching the 3-month level since the deadline passed. So some members have been in for 3 months now. Retention's about 50%, which if it maintains that, or if we end up with 35-40% retention after the 12-month period, we're still looking at a high 5-figure sum in that first year. And some of those members, I think, will stay year after year after year, won't they?
Yeah. It's definitely a proportion. It's just kind of different levels of a certain proportion will stay for maybe 5-10 years. Yeah. And then, just gradually. Yeah.
And then on the flip side, we had those who joined in the first week, paid their £3, won a bit of money, and then cancelled. Bizarrely, we give them a fantastic service, but hey, for those people, they were never going to pay full price for it. But we've got £3 out of them. They're happy. We're happy. So I mentioned this earlier. Don't worry too much about what we're selling or the specific offer. What we're going to give you here is a framework, a model that will work for just about any business. So let's drill down into why it worked so well. So first of all, we had a reason for the campaign. And our reason was it's the 3rd birthday of a product launch that we did 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So as excuses go, that's pretty weak, isn't it?
But it is it's proven to be our most profitable ever service.
Yeah, it's National Donut Day. It's the 5th anniversary of when I first launched the business. It's my kid's birthday. You don't need a massive excuse. It doesn't have to be your 10th birthday to run a campaign. It can be, it's Black Friday, it's Halloween, it's Valentine's Day. You can find something to attach it to as a reason to actually send it out. So don't wait until you've got a really strong reason. Find a loose reason, attach yourself to it, and go with it. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, there was real value in the offering that we put out there. So it wasn't just cheap. Because I know some people will that's the only weapon they've got when it comes to sales is, I'll just make it cheap. Again, it was linked to the reason. So 3rd birthday, £3. But what we did is we made that a no-brainer. The Lucky 15 service that we run is our most profitable service for members. So it's actually our best product. And we're offering a month's trial for less than the cost of a pint. We also then had multiple offers to layer on the value, because remember, we're not just talking about the price here, we're talking about the value. We effectively said, give us £3 and we'll give you a month's free access. We'll send you a mug, and if you keep paying us the full price, which of course could be coming out of your winnings by then, for 3 full months, we'll also take you to the Cheltenham Festival. We'll take you to the Gold Cup Day for free. That's, for £3,
it's a no-brainer.
It is. It's just, we've just layered on that value so much that, why wouldn't you?
Especially when you've also filtered down the data in terms of what we've got in our database of our Facebook groups and our email, where we know that these people are interested in this.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. We're not sending this out code.
No.
We've warmed these people up, and the relationship we've got with these people is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
and they know that actually when we put out an offer, it normally is a bloody good offer. You know, there's no 10% discount here. This is heavily discounted initially, but that's our marketing cost. You know, discounting that first month is actually a cost. Well, the cost of doing so actually brought in $2,500 in revenue in that first month. But you see, that was, they wouldn't come in if it wasn't discounted or if there wasn't some value. Now, you could, we didn't have to make that £3. We could have said, well, actually, you know, we've done it before, buy 1 month, get 1 month free. Or we could have just said, well, actually, we'll take you to the Go Cup day if you join this month. You know, pay full price. But we decided to attach it to the campaign, the reason for the campaign, and I think that worked quite well. Now, one of the key things we did was give people a reason to stay beyond that initial trial, beyond the initial sale, the discounted period. It's really important to think of the figures 12 months down the line, rather than the initial boost of, well, how many trials can we sell? Well, if we just put it out there at £3,000, we could sell thousands at £3, but we don't want thousands paying us £3. We want hundreds paying effectively £20 a month. So we identified, we drove down into the data, into the stats, and said, well, if we can get people to stay for 3 months, they give the service a fair crack of the whip. You know, they actually do try it. They don't just, you know, they've invested a little bit of money in it, but they've got to stay for 3 months. Once they stay for 3 months, well, they tend to stay for at least a year because they get good results. So we actually, what we've done there is we've incentivized them to stay for 3 months. So
yeah, it kind of helps them with that discipline side in an area where that's crucial.
It is. We've identified basically where the leakage happens, where the retention falls down. Actually, well, you know, if we say, well, people, if they're going to leave, tend to leave within the first 3 months. So let's give them an extra reason to stay for 3 months, because once they've been in for 3 months, we know, looking at the stats, they're likely to stay because they've been following the service, they've been following the rules, because we give them rules to sign up to, and you know, we know they're disciplined and they've done things in the right way. Another thing we did, multiple deadlines. So we all know deadlines get things done. So we put 3 of them in place. So we said, right, first deadline is act quickly, act now, because the first 50 people to sign up get a mug. And I cannot overemphasize the importance of a cheap ass mug. You know, we've got, these mugs cost us something like £5 to buy, print our logo on, and send out fully packaged in a box.
Yeah,
and people
really want them.
They go mental for these mugs. You know, we used to run a competition on a Friday. We used to call it Free Mug Friday on our Facebook page, and we would get every week, all you had to do was like leave a comment on the Facebook page. 200 people a week would comment trying to win a cheap ass mug with our logo on. So we started leveraging that a bit, because literally we had people messaging us saying, "Can I buy one? I'll give you £10 for it." Like, it's a £5 mug. You know, go buy it yourself and stick the logo on yourself if you really, really want one that bad. But people really do covet them. So we used that. So we did our Black Friday sale at the end of November, didn't we?
Yeah, same again.
Yeah, we said, you know, basically if you buy any product in our Black Friday sale, you get one of the mugs for free. Oh, brilliant. Where do I sign? So that was the first deadline. The second deadline was really the main deadline. That was, look, this £3 offer is here for a 2-week period. It ends at 5 p.m. on Halloween. Now, again, that's a really specific date. And, you know, there's a reason we chose Halloween. It's because people remember that. So when it's the 22nd of October and we tell you that the deadline's on Halloween, you know when Halloween is. And we tell you it's 5 p.m. on Halloween. So it's very specific. It's not one of these, this is here for a limited time only. And no one knows how limited the time is.
Also, it shows in our results, because that's those emails that got some of the highest sales were time sensitive to
They
that.
were all about the deadline, weren't they?
So yeah.
Again, we had the third deadline, stay till Valentine's Day, go to Cheltenham for free. So deadlines were mentioned, I think, at pretty much every opportunity, weren't they? So
Yeah.
of all the emails we sent, I would say probably 90% of them mentioned one of those three deadlines.
I think possibly all of them, apart from maybe the last one.
Yeah. Well, the last one did. The last one's subject line was 57
yeah,
minutes to go. That was all about the deadline.
Yeah.
You know, no one could forget when the deadline was, and having the three headlines give you a massive boost in the start, so you get that momentum of you've got to be one of the first 50. You've got the middle deadline, which is actually the end of the campaign deadline of, you know, be one of the first. This offer is going away on Halloween at 5 p.m. Then you've got the third deadline, which is your retention deadline, which is right. The campaign's long gone. We haven't even reached this deadline yet. We're recording this, 3 weeks before Valentine's Day. So this deadline hasn't even passed yet. But it's you must stay until this deadline in order to claim your prize, which is something of high value. You know, tickets are costing us, we're getting a group rate, we're probably paying 25 quid for a ticket. But the perceived value of going to a sold out Gold Cup day is probably more like 50, 60 quid.
Yeah.
You know. One thing we did with this, and this is a key thing, and the headline I've got for this is proper planning prevents piss poor performance. And anyone who's been in the military will know that saying. We took 3 months to put this campaign together. So we one of the things we did, we looked at the conversion rate of the sales page, of the registration process, and we identified, well, actually there's a problem with this page. You know, the registration form was probably 30 fields long, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it got simplified, and obviously it was just a simple click-through process, which simple as can be for anyone who's not particularly computer literate.
It was, and we spent 3 months planning out the entire campaign. What's it going to look like? What's the copy going to be done? We perfected the copy. We polished that copy 3 or 4 times. Yeah. We perfected the landing page. We made sure that the conversion process was optimized to work, you know, and to work when it was launched. Which leads me on to my next point, which that it didn't work. Well, it did, but fixing that conversion rate issue on the registration process actually caused a separate problem, which I think it was something along the lines of if you were using a particular browser and a particular operating system and it was a particular minute of the hour or something like that, it didn't work. So some people couldn't sign up in the first 24 to 48 hours of the campaign. So we launched, we had this big fanfare, first 50 people get a mug, brilliant. Went to sign up, didn't work, created mayhem for our customer service reps. But that problem, actually, we fixed it within 24 hours, and that enabled us to send out an unplanned email, which was kind of, whoops, sorry about that. Which I think when we drilled down to the stats was actually
the second or third highest in terms of sales. It was 101 sales. 101.
101 sales from a whoops. Sorry, we messed up. Yeah, there was a problem. We fixed it. And I think we had a similar issue with one of the campaigns we ran last year, whereby I think we did a live webinar, and again there were technical issues that we had a very, very tight deadline on this. The plan was we were going to do the webinar completely live, and the deadline was, right, you've got to do this in the next hour or the next 90 minutes, wasn't it? We had this really fixed deadline of 10:30 in the evening on a Monday night, and it just technically screwed up, didn't work. Some people could watch it, most people couldn't, so we just had to put our hands up and say, right, we're extending the deadline. The deadline's now midday tomorrow, and here's a link to the replay where you can watch on YouTube. And we made more sales from that whoops, we screwed up email than anything else, because we were open, we were honest. It wasn't a highly polished Here's handling the objections, here's all the countering. It was literally, we're human, we messed up, but hey, guess what? We fixed it, we've made it right. In fact, we've made it better because the deadline was 90 minutes. It's now, half a day. And with, I think, this campaign, we said, well, it's fixed. We've run out of mugs, but if you buy, I think if you're one of the next 50, so we extended it from 50 to 100 mugs, you'll still get a mug. So we made the offer a little bit better for them. And we said about the oops email being one of the best of the bunch, and that is one of, if not the most important elements of the campaign. We did not send one email. We didn't send 2 emails. We didn't send 3, 4, or 5. We planned to send 8 emails over a 2-week period. It ended up being 9 because we had that oops one. So I know there's going to be a lot of people out there who will say, 9 emails in 2 weeks just about one campaign. Oh, that's too much. You're spamming them. So what's your take on that, Rob?
Well, sounds like a lot, but when you actually plan it out, it's perfectly reasonable and it entirely makes sense, because you don't want each email to be too long. You kind of want them to be short and each to have their own focus. So obviously we had testimonial led, we had statistics led, probably a few different testimonial led. We had responsive kind of ones that we added in as the campaign was going. Results were good, so we were able to add a few in. But yeah, no email was particularly long. You've got to remember where the audience is going to be reading these emails on the way to work, on the way home, at lunchtime. And
9 emails in 2 weeks probably would be a lot if we didn't have that existing relationship with them. And if we repeated this campaign every 2 weeks, we did a different campaign and just kept firing sales emails at them, yes, they'd get pissed off and they'd soon leave. But we don't do that. We warm them up, we make friends with them, we put a lot of value into that campaign so that when we do a sales, proper sales campaign, it is well received. And if you take nothing else from this video, please, the fortune is in the follow-up. If we'd stopped at that first email, we'd have had less than 25% of the sign-ups. So 75% of those sales we made were made from the follow-up. And of course, if people bought on that first email, well, they don't see emails 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 because they've bought the product. We don't need to sell them something else, so we do stop. But if you don't buy after one email, we keep them coming until you do. So it's the old adage, which I love to live by, till they buy or till they die. And yes, people unsubscribed. They got pissed off, they unsubscribed, they put in spam complaints. You get people moaning and bitching at you, but more than that, we get sales. We get lots and lots of sales. The people who are complaining, the people who are unsubscribing, the people who are moaning and bitching, they're the people who aren't going to buy from us. We haven't persuaded them over 9 emails, given them multiple reasons to buy from us, so they're probably unlikely to buy from us anyway. So the best thing we can do is to get them off of our list and stop emailing them. Then they're happy because we're not emailing them anymore. And we're happy because our list is a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable. We can go back to building a really good relationship with that list. And if you've got a really good product and you know that this product can help the people on your list, it is your duty, it is your obligation to show them and to explain to them why they have to have your product in their lives. So that is all about our next point, which is layering on the value and countering objections. So each of these 9 emails didn't say the same thing. They didn't all say, hey, it's our birthday, go buy our stuff today. They all said something a little bit different. They either introduced the offer, focused on that initial deadline with the mugs. We had the oops email. We had the historical stats looking back over the last 3 years of the service. Here's what money you would have made if you'd been backing them. We had testimonials. And then the last 3 or 4 emails went heavy on the final deadline, didn't it? It was literally
10 hours, 5 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour.
Yeah, it was literally, you start off, I think it was like 48 hours to go, and then it's 24 hours to go, and then it's deadlines today, so if it's a 5 p.m. deadline, we send it out at, say, 7 or 8 in the morning. Oh, there's 10 hours to go, and then, I love that last one, 57 minutes and counting.
Yeah.
And that's very much a tick-tock, come on. We're almost saying to people, look, this is the last time. This really is your last chance. After now, it's gone. Yes, you're going to stop getting our emails, but this offer is going away. Do it now or bugger off, because it's I'm trying to think of a way of saying this without swearing. It's crap or get off the pot time.
And it works.
It does, absolutely. I mean, of those 9 emails, you had the stats earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Every single one of those emails made sales.
Yeah, I think the last one actually got something like 63.
Yeah.
So you consider that they've only got 57.
We could have given up on that. We could have said, well, we've given them a 2-hour notice.
Yeah.
Why do we need to give them a 57-minute notice? Well, there's 62 reasons we needed to do that.
Yeah.
The worst email, we were looking at the stats earlier, weren't we, just before we come on air?
Yes.
How many did that do?
I think that was 65 odd, something around in the 60s.
I thought it was a little bit lower. That was 50.
56.
56, yeah, something like that.
56.
But that was our worst performing email.
Yeah.
So yeah, every single one did sales. The worst one.
That was the 3rd email, and it was maybe stats related, so it's kind of reinforcing why the service is good.
Yeah.
But they'd already had the initial launch emails and it's fixed.
Yeah. So yes, the worst email brought in 150 quid worth of upfront revenue, and potentially, what's that, £1,200, £1,300 a month. That was our worst performing email.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But the reason that works, sending these different types of emails, because every single email made sales. Every single email speaks to a different type of person. Some want to grab the best deal. So that will be, right, you get the mug and you get the £3 offer and you get the ticket, but you've got to do it now. You've got to be quick. You've got to be first. Others want to be convinced. Give me some stats. Give me some numbers. Some then won't believe those numbers until they hear it from someone objective. So give me some testimonials. And then everyone leaves stuff till the last minute. Ooh, that's a really good offer. I like the sound of that. I'll do that later. Yeah, I'll do that when it's quiet. I'm on my phone at the moment. I'll do it when I get on the desktop. I'll do that when I get home tonight. I'll do it when I get into the office at lunchtime. And then it gets forgotten. So our job, our duty, our responsibility is to remind people, 5 p.m. Halloween, that is your absolute deadline. And just the amount of people that got converted, probably I haven't got the stats there, Rob, but the last 3 or 4 emails, which are all deadline based. So let's have a look. Countdown: 155, 90, 240. Oh, there's that last 3 there, is it? Right. So we've got probably 35% of the sales just came from the last few emails, which were all deadline. Tick-tock, come on, clock's ticking, it's time to do this now. So if you learn nothing from this, deadlines get things done. Give them a deadline and email them lots. But don't just email. Another reason this worked really well was we had a good mix of online versus offline. So we had Mel, who is our customer service rep. Hi Mel, if you're listening to this. And she was on the phones to everyone. So anyone who'd clicked through from an email but didn't buy, she got on the phone to them. Hi Rob, saw you clicked on the email yesterday for the Lucky 15 campaign. Was there a problem with the sign up? Did you get a problem with PayPal or with your credit card? Oh well, actually, I've got an objection here that you need to answer. Oh okay. Well, here's some stats. What can I send you? Blah blah. She was closing them left, right, and centre. But we didn't just proactively go out and hunt for people. We invited them to call in, and so many websites don't do this. We literally, I think in some of the copy you put it in the PS, some of it you put it in the main copy. If you've got any questions, if you hit any problems, give Mel a call. Here's her phone number. Again, looking at our market, there's a lot of older people. Older people don't necessarily trust the internet very much. So what the opportunity to pick up the phone and, oh my God, there's a real person there. And the amount of comments that she had saying, oh my God, it's so refreshing to know that there's a real person behind this website, because they all see websites, but they don't actually realise that, there are real people behind it, and we actually do have their best interests at heart. So online, offline, multiple media as well. So we had not just emails, not just the website, but we also made quite good use of Facebook, didn't we?
Yeah, we could have used more, but we did use it.
Yeah. And we had several posts, images, live videos, but in particular, it was Joe's
Countdown.
it was his last. Again, it was kind of he went live at 4 p.m. on Halloween, didn't he? So it was literally, there was 60 minutes to go, and I think we found a YouTube video, didn't we, of a countdown clock, which it went round in a circle, and it had, there were now 59 minutes and 51 seconds, 50 seconds, 49 seconds, and literally he pointed his camera at this YouTube video and just chatted for an hour about the Lucky 15, how it's gone, how the system works, how the sales campaign had gone. And then people were, they were signing up, but then some people would ask a question. Well, actually, I've got a problem. How does this work? What happens after the first month? Do we automatically get rebilled? So Joe can then explain everything. He can answer objections there and then, live. So he's literally monitoring comments, talking to camera. Oh, yeah, so-and-so's got a problem. Yeah, I can answer that for you. We also had Mel sat on that same thread. So she was able to PM people. So if they were saying, actually, look, I can't figure this out, PayPal isn't playing, blah, 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 she can jump on a phone call with them. She can personal message them. She can literally hold their hand, take them over the line, literally to the exact minute Joe was reinforcing that deadline. If you happen to be scrolling through Facebook between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Halloween, and you're one of our members, you will have seen this very engaging, very bright countdown clock, and you'll have gone, oh my God, what's that? You'll know what it is because we've told you 9 times previously that there's this deadline, but all of a sudden, hey, it's in your face on Facebook now with this tick-tock clock. You click on it, Joe's then reminding you, oh, just to warn you guys, there's only 22 minutes left now, time to get a crack on. Of course, as it gets closer and closer to the deadline, the clock turns red, and it's all, there's now just 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Come on, guys, this is your absolute last chance. It just worked so well. We put a tracking link just on that video. Yeah. So we had 21 sales that absolutely would not have happened.
I think it ended up being
if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
It was 26, was it?
26,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, that's brought in 75 quid's worth of upfront revenue, and 26, 500 quid a month.
Yeah.
In rebates, just from an hour's work, just from Joe sitting there for an hour, talking to the camera on the live video. Phenomenal. It just, again, it reinforced the deadline, but it was that multiple media. So these people had all seen 9 emails. They'd maybe had a few phone calls with Mel.
And now
they've seen on the website. Yeah, and all of a sudden they're talking to Joe. Joe's the big man, the man himself, who is Mr. Tipster. Yeah. And all of a sudden, oh my God, he's there. He's talking to me live. He's answering my questions. Yeah. And this was a biggie, and this is one of the reasons we had such big numbers on the Lucky 15 campaign. By sheer luck, the Lucky 15 service had one of its most profitable weekends of the year immediately before the Halloween deadline. So the Halloween was on Monday, and I think we had, if you were backing it to £1 stakes, you would have made something like £1,000 over the course of the weekend. So we'd had people who had joined on like the Wednesday or the Thursday of the week before. They'd paid £3 to join. We sent them a mug. We told them we're going to take them to the Gold Cup. Oh, and we've just won them £1,000. So all of a sudden, our Facebook page went mental with people just posting bet slips up. Oh my God, Joe, I love you. You're brilliant. Oh, fantastic. This is the best service ever. And it was just an avalanche of social proof. It was just Facebook post after Facebook post of, I'm in, I've bought this service and it's brilliant. I love it.
Which is also perfect for us to keep all of this. We've obviously kept all of this as future material that we can use in our future campaigns.
It is. Any testimonials we get like that now go straight into the swipe file. And yeah, we get used it again because we hadn't planned that. We couldn't plan that because we always plan to have winners, but there's no way we could guarantee that the Saturday and the Sunday before a Monday deadline, we're going to hit 3 winners from 4 or 4 winners from 4. Couldn't guarantee that. But what we could have done is, well, we know that these paydays do come around. So when we have them, even if that's March the 23rd, by planning the campaign in advance, we go into the swipe file and we've got screenshots of these winning bet slips and these testimonials and people saying how brilliant we are. What we could have done then is we could have actually dripped those out through the Facebook channel throughout the campaign. So we could have actually said, well, you know, we've got 25 testimonials here. Let's drip one out every day throughout the campaign. And then towards the end of the campaign, let's put 2 a day or let's put 3 a day out. Just to demonstrate the social proof of when our members join, they win money. They give us testimonials. Again, don't think gambling, guys. Don't think you have to have a Facebook page. This is just social proof. If your customers love what you do and they tell you that they love what you do, swipe that, put it somewhere safe. When you do a campaign, get it out again, dust it off and show it to your potential customers. And if your customers don't tell you that they love you, ask them if they love you. If they say they do, get them to give you a testimonial. So we got lucky this time, didn't we?
A little bit,
but
you make your own luck.
Yeah, and next time we won't rely on luck because we will have these testimonials. So next time, yes, there will be a next time.
Yeah.
Because so many businesses that we speak to run the odd good campaign. Now, you say to them, well, what's the best marketing you've done? I say, oh, well, yeah, we did a campaign 5 months ago. That was really good. Yeah, cool. When are you running that again? I don't know. I haven't thought. Okay, well, you know, where did your sales come from this year? Oh, we sent a sales letter back in the summer. It was really good. You know, we sent a sales letter out 3 years ago. That was really good when we sent that. Okay, why haven't you sent it in the last 3 years? Oh, I don't know really. So many people think of campaigns as being a one-off. This is a campaign that we've digested. You know, we've done that today. We did this at the time during the campaign. We can dust this off and sell a different product using this campaign structure, using a lot of the copy that we wrote. But so many people, they get something that works and then never send it again. So I now think of this as an asset that the business now owns. It's an asset that we can just dust off, improve, iterate and reuse time and time again. You know, this is, as I say, this is the best marketing campaign we've ever done. So from now on, this is the basis for all future marketing campaigns. Is, well, actually, this is the model. This is what works for us. Let's just iterate from here. Let's not deviate too far from this proven model that works. And you know, even if we did nothing else than next October, we dust this off and absolutely repeat it for our 4th birthday with a £4 offer.
Yep, and getting other partners involved as well.
Yeah,
a few little additions that we can make.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is we will look at it and say, well, right, we'll do it again in October. we'll make it £4. It's the same campaign, but how can we improve it? So yeah, I think like you say, working with affiliates more.
Yeah.
Probably launching with the Facebook Live. We absolutely nailed Facebook Live at the end of the campaign.
We had WhatsApp. Obviously, we got phone numbers.
Yep.
Twitter. We didn't really do too much on that.
No, Snapchat as well. Got that.
Yeah.
You know, these are all little things that, all right, that, you know, they are minor things that could have. Yeah, I look at it and say, well, we could have probably done another 50 sales.
Yeah, definitely.
With these minor channels. So we've nailed the big ones, which is great. But, well, you know, for the sake of an hour invested in setting something up for these channels, and we'll come to your tool of the week in a minute, which will help you with marketing, particularly planned marketing campaigns to these channels. But I mean, for that first deadline, for example, you know, Joe could have been on Facebook Live with a mug. We know how much people covet these mugs, but actually having one that you can show to the camera and say, look, here's a mug. The first 50 of these are going to get it, and then, you know, literally come on a day later. Whoa, we've only got 7 of them left, so you need to act really, really quickly. The next 7, that's it, they're gone. They would sell out live. You know, we would pass that first deadline live, and it'd be okay. Well, unfortunately, the mugs are gone, guys, but we've still got X, Y, Z. Yeah, because think about it, we pretty much ignored like Twitter. We've got like 9,000 followers on Twitter, and as far as this campaign is concerned, it was business as usual for Twitter followers, wasn't it? It was just, oh, here's today's tips, you know. Here's how the horse racing's going today. There was no mention of this campaign at all. So if our members only use Twitter or only use Snapchat or WhatsApp or they get the tips via text message, they didn't even know that we had a campaign.
Yeah. So
which is shocking, isn't it? So yeah. So it was an awful campaign. And one area we haven't touched on, which I would have liked to have put in, is a direct mail piece as well. We've done a lot of work with direct mail over the years, and it's not our best performing. Our email remains our best performing marketing channel, but direct mail really does have a place within the overall campaign. So I would maybe look at sending maybe a sales letter mid-campaign out to those, and just literally I would narrow it down to those who've clicked through to the website but haven't bought. You know, maybe those that Mel's spoken to or Mel hasn't been able to reach. You know, so sending out a few hundred letters, sales letter mid-campaign. Maybe even follow up a quick postcard, like when there's 72 hours to go or 4 days to go, just to say, come on, TikTok, time's running out, the deadline's coming. Again, they've got something physical in their hand that reminds them to do it, because we know the deadline's what got most people over the line. But if people weren't at their email, if they weren't on Facebook, you know, having that physical bit of paper, that physical postcard in their hand, drops through the letterbox 3 days before the deadline, they've got something physical to remind them every time they pass it, they put it somewhere safe to go and do that. I'd certainly look to try a little bit of direct mail in there. So just a few hundred pieces. And I'd test it again. I'd put tracking links in place, so I know I'm monitoring the effectiveness of it. Well, actually, this is costing us 150 quid to send out versus a free email. But does that generate, you know, like the Facebook Live video generated £500 a month of revenue? Well, if £150 direct mail spend does the same thing, yep, I'm happy to do that. So, Rob, normally at this point I would turn to Jason and ask him for his tool of the week, but Jason isn't here this week, so that means I'm going to need to ask you to, I hope you brought your toolbox with you.
I certainly have.
You have? Fantastic. So what have we got this week?
We have a tool called Meet Edgar, which is
Edgar.
A pretty amazing tool, which you can manage your social media platforms, plan campaigns out in advance. So you can have Facebook groups, pages, Twitter, all those things. You can plan out thing. You can have copy or promotional material that you can just pump out. It can just be tips, advice, anything to keep your social media pages active every day. Just running in the background. You don't need to really do too much. You set it up, you organise what times, days, everything like that you want it to go out, and then you just let it do its work.
Fantastic. Because we've signed up for this recently ourselves, haven't we? And we're starting to deploy it in our businesses. And I like to think of it as like a pool of content. So you can dump all the content you've got into Meet Edgar, and we're going to use this on our Facebook page. So all of the videos we've done for the podcasts, all of the in-between episodes that we do for our Facebook group, all of the blog posts I've done, everything that, we can literally put everything into Meet Edgar, and then just say, well, actually, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. release one of the old podcast episodes.
Yeah, so it's perfect for anything that's not time sensitive.
Yeah.
Where you can just anything that you can make non-time sensitive, just whack it into Meet Edgar, and then organise it, and then it will just save you a lot of hassle.
Yeah. Again, going back to the social proof stuff from our campaign, we could have loaded, say if we had 27 testimonials or 27 screenshots of Facebook winning bet slips and people going mental and saying how brilliant it is, we could have loaded those into Meet Edgar and just say, well, pick one of those at random every day at 10:15 in the morning. During this 2-week period.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So it's not free, is it? It is a paid tool.
Yeah, it's a paid tool.
Okay. Is there a free trial or anything like that?
No, you have to. It's quite good the way they do it, isn't it? You have to get an invite to join up or sign up. So you sign up and they send you an invite link, and then you just pay to join up. Yeah. Which is just a one-off fee. So
yeah, I think
it's a yearly fee.
We paid annually, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because I like to get the value out of everything. But you can try it for a month. If it's not for you, obviously you're free to cancel. But I think this is a really, really useful tool. I say it's not like Hootsuite or anything like that, where it's just managing multiple social media accounts. It is literally a content delivery platform for the various social media channels, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know when it was recommended to me several months ago, the people who recommended it to me were absolutely raving about it. And now that we've had a little play with it, I think we're absolutely raving about it, because it is a game changer, because you can constantly refresh. If you've got a lot of content, you can constantly refresh that content and put it out there as new. So, we're recording this now, we're on episode 9 of the podcast, but let's fast forward a couple of years when we've got 70, 80, 90 episodes. These early episodes might get buried, but actually thanks to Meet Edgar they won't do, because we can just dig one out from the archives every week or twice a week, and people can actually listen to old episodes, and it will just ensure that your content gets used. So that is our tool of the week this week, Meet Edgar. And we're back next week. Well, you may not be, Rob.
No.
You'll be behind the camera once again,
Yep.
producing things. And Jason will be back next week. Normal service will be resumed when we'll be talking about conquering your fears. As usual, guys, if you want to comment on this episode, if you want to join in the conversation, do come and join us in our Facebook community, which is bigidea.co.uk/Facebook. We do the live recording of the episode every Monday lunchtime in the Facebook group. You can come and watch the live video. Also do exclusive in-between episodes and other content just for the Facebook group. So if you only listen on audio, you are missing out. Come in, watch the live recording, and you can talk directly to us. Finally, the only other thing to tell you is that, as always, the show notes for today's show, everything we've talked about, links to everything that we've mentioned. Rob normally writes that down. I'm hoping he's remembered them this week, as he's actually in front of the microphone.
Yep.
Show notes will be at the usual place, which is bigidea.co.uk/podcast. All that remains for me to say is hope you have a fantastic week, everybody, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. Say bye, Rob.
Bye.
Cool. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Saving a recording. Cool. Thanks for that, guys. Hope that was good. Let me refresh. I haven't even checked the feed. Do we have any questions? Keith Bond, we'll have to cock a campaign up, obviously. Instead of trust. Yeah, it does, I think. Just having that honesty of, whoops, we screwed up. Sorry, guys. You know, it's our bad. Did make a difference, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think people do appreciate the honesty behind that. And we did toy with actually deliberately putting a technical issue into all future campaigns, because I'd say we've done it twice now where we have messed up and then we've apologised, and the apology has been one of our best performing emails.
I don't think we need to plan for that though.
No, we do make enough errors all by ourselves, don't we? Cool. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. As always, let's say any questions, any comments, do leave them in the thread here. We're going to sign off live now, but we will be monitoring for comments throughout the week. So do leave any questions or anything like that here. It'd be really good to hear your marketing ideas as well. So if you've got a big campaign coming up, drop them in the thread. We'll have a look. Let me know how you're actually going to implement some of the stuff that we've talked about in today's show as well. And yeah, other than that, have a fantastic week, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to turn this off myself now because I've got Rob Rowe.